145, right? Pretty sure.
Hello and welcome to another Woodshop podcast with Mike Coffey of Coffee Custom Builds, Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, and Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop. You can find us all as well as the podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Again.
Keyboard is for pukes.
Welcome to episode 145 of another Woodshop podcast, where we provide woodworking, relationship, and other priceless advice. Oh wait, that's supposed to say worthless advice. But for all of you that come here looking for legal advice, Dan has a message for you.
IANAL.
There you go. Bing it. Dan,
Don't
what does
bing
that
it.
stand for?
That's a terrible idea.
IANAL. It's I am not a lawyer. It's chat
There you go.
speak.
Apparently,
This is
it is
great.
a thing.
This
Yeah.
Everybody
this
knows
is
that.
a great intro to this show.
Yeah, people use it in AOL chat rooms all the time.
ASL. IANAL.
Big thanks to our patrons. Our patrons are the best. We're sorry for this. I'm so
Mess.
sorry. No, big thanks to our patrons. We got a new patron. We got Mary Sai. Mary Sai is from Kodamari Design. She is a new patron of the show. And I'd like to thank our VIP patrons, and it is loading right now, but that is Alex Copajohns, Bill Burkle, Jake Miller, Jake Coneen, Justin with Calvary Customs, Christian Tung, Malcolm at Bossa Nova Woodworks, Michael Flickinger, Michael Lydon, Square Splinter, and Tim from Lock City Woodworks. You guys are dope.
Wow.
Thank you so
what a
much
good
for
looking group.
supporting us.
We need more Michaels
You're
than Jakes.
so handsome and pretty.
More Michaels and
Yeah,
Jakes.
You guys are great. Big thanks to everyone who supports the show at any level. We really appreciate you guys so much. That is all I have to say about that.
I'm going to throw this out here right now.
Nothing really.
Oh, he's doing it.
I'm
He's
throwing this
Uh-oh.
out.
okay. All right, fine. Whatever.
Oh no.
If any of you top tier patrons are at Workbench Con, come find me. I will buy you a Mr. Fizz.
Yeah, I'll buy you a warm RC Cola. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mike will also
Um,
buy you something.
I'll buy you something for sure.
Yeah.
If you're a top tier patron and you're at Workbench Con and you used our code and your name is Jake or Mike, I will buy you a flaming Dr. Pepper. No,
Ooh.
you have to be in the pre-show for that.
Ooh.
No. Big thanks to all the flaming Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
drinkers.
To all the
No,
other
but
patrons,
seriously, if
we
you-
will be
if you're a
giving away
patron-
gift cards. They're going to be empty, but they're
Right,
great.
I'll
You can
have
load them up with
I'll
money.
have one of Pete's stickers for you.
Actually, Dan's stickers, the coveted stickers that we owe everyone.
Are we bringing stickers? I feel like I'm not going to
I
bring
don't know.
stickers.
Oh, you're over
I'm gonna
100K
bring a
now? You don't care
Snickers.
about stickers?
I don't care about stickers at all.
Wait, did you just pull that
At
out of your
all.
pocket?
I think he did.
Yeah, I keep them on
Pull
me
that
all the
out of
time. I
something.
go to Home Depot all the time, and people are like, "Are you my coffee?" No, I'm just kidding.
Pulling it
No,
out
they're-
of your pocket.
I think he pulled it out of his IANAL.
Yeah, I know.
Well, anyway,
Uh,
what's on your bench? No, No,
no.
this week we're gonna kind of go dive into Workbench Con, I think, a bit. But before we kind of get into that, I mean, I don't know. None of our questions are really about Workbench Con, are they?
No.
So
No.
how are we gonna make that work? I think we'll just kind of like do a little segment on that and kind of talk it out. You know, we didn't really get any questions about it, so
I'm stoked, and
Um,
we're a month away. Actually, we're
let's
5 weeks
kind
away.
of dive into it now. Like, yeah, someone told us we were 6 weeks away or 8 weeks away in the live, and
they're wrong.
not correct, and we will not be accepting any of their questions on the show anymore. No,
Yeah,
I'm
literally
just joking.
exactly
I
5
mean,
weeks from now
let's
is
kinda-
Thursday when we're getting smashed at the Total Boat booth.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm
Yeah,
getting in
true,
on
true
Wednesday, actually.
Well,
I'm trying to figure that out. I was gonna come in Wednesday and stay through like Monday, but I think I'm just gonna try to come in on Thursday and leave like Saturday night. I think I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
No, leave Sunday.
yeah, maybe I'll leave Sunday morning. We'll see.
Nah, leave
Yeah.
Sunday morning because everyone just kind of hangs out all Saturday. We just BS. Yeah,
Right on.
you'd miss all the
At
fun.
least leave on Saturday or Sunday.
Sorry, Sunday. Yeah,
Sunday.
see what you can do.
Minimum.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll
see.
buy
have
you
your, have your
a
people
but-
look into it.
But let's
I'll
but
buy
let's
you a
talk
flaming
about
squirt.
Let's talk about what Workbench Con is. I think we should flaming squirt.
I think Mike's on a slight delay.
No, I heard it. My brain,
Or just a
my
reaction
brain
to
is
the
on.
delay.
second to process.
His brain was like, yeah, those were words that came out of his mouth. Okay, we react.
Well, show title.
Yeah, so let's. Oh no, just for no reason, say "Flaming Squirt" with Paul Jackman, episode 142.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
our SEO is just down the toilet. I love it.
Right. I mean, whatever.
Well, are we even going to Workbench Con? I just made $85 billion. Dan made $93 billion. Mike,
I
you
made
probably made
$3.
Yeah,
Thank you,
$3. Sorry, Mike just has $3.
I made $3. So I mean, if we're gonna go somewhere else besides Workbench Con, I might need to lean on you guys a little bit for some sandwiches.
Facebook
Mike,
is glitching right now, and
I'll buy you a couple
of
PB&J sandwiches. Man.
billions of dollars.
Thank you.
He'll buy you chiladas, just chiladas, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, liquid diet.
That would be
Squirts.
That would be me. That might be a flaming squirt for sure.
Oh god.
All right. Back to what is Workbench Con?
Yeah, what is a Workbench Con?
Yeah. So, Mike, go ahead.
What is
Dan,
a workbench
please.
con to you?
No,
Dan,
so
tell us
Workbench
what
Con
Workbench
is
Con is.
like. Workbench Con is, I would say, it's like a content focused. I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like they kind of talk about woodworking. They have like woodworking classes. It's really like woodworking driven, I suppose. It seems there's a lot of different maker. What's the word I'm looking for? Not studies.
Niches.
Yeah, niches, but
it's
niches
a
against
maker
niches.
convention heavily focused on woodworking.
But it's not really maker focus. Like it seems like all the classes are more towards woodworkers, though. It seems like they really go towards work. But there's a different. I can't think of the word right now. My brain is all shot. But
Soliloquy.
Parallelogram. That's what I was trying to say.
Paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Yes. No. But
actually, that's kind
I
of
feel like
applicable.
most of the classes are either about woodworking, running a business, or running a content business, or some sort of mishmash of all of those things, kind of. So I feel like the classes are very honestly hit or miss. And I think we'll just round robin this, but like I feel like some of them are hit or miss. However, I will say if you know nothing about how to get into the content world, they're probably all have something to offer
100%.
you. So it's a lot of 101 classes. I think you start to get like a lot of 101 classes of content making, content creating, and then you get like really high level how to run a business classes in there too. It's very interesting. Like it's all focused on multiple stream of revenue, how to create those, how to manage those, and then there's usually some speaker that comes in and explains how they've done it. And then the other things is you'll randomly have Cowdog doing a all Japanese hand tool class. So it's kind of like this real mishmash thing. And it's just kind of, it's cool. But the best part of it all is not the classes. It is the time you get to spend with everybody in the lobby at the bar, getting yelled at 1 a.m. by a 40-year-old security guard who has a puberty squeak. It's the best part.
Oh my
God.
God,
It's all the
I remember
memories.
that dude.
It's all the memories.
I've never seen authority physically like leave a man's body.
Leave his, it's like
His voice
his
cracked
gun
trying
turned
to
into
get
like
all
a
of us
hot
to go
dog.
to our room.
It was like flopping around.
Everybody has to go. And everyone was like, oh,
You guys gotta
we're
get
gonna
out
stay.
of here. And then we just roll over and we start like mugging him. But it's a great time. And you actually learn a ton because everyone's, for the most part, except for like I'd say a group of higher level content creators, for the most part, everyone's very open about their tactics and things. And I think there's probably like a handful of like the more, I don't know what I want to say, the people who are almost, none of them are household names, but household names for this niche.
For our community.
For our community, there's like a handful of them that just like won't share anything, and they just kind of hang with each other, which kind of sucks.
I don't do podcasts.
Yeah, there's a
the three of us will probably be in like a little like kit and caboodle the whole time. Approach us, it's fine. You can say hi. Please
Yeah,
do.
we want to meet everyone. We want to meet everyone for sure. Like
But when you approach me, I want your first words to say, IANAL.
And also no eye contact, because I will just punch you right in the mouth as hard as I can. No, but seriously,
it's
come up and
involuntary.
say
I'm
hi.
sorry.
Yeah, it's it's a fear thing.
And
No,
I mean, obviously, there's still
ahead.
going to be also brands there, and the brand reps that you talk to or message with, and or have relationships with already. So it's a great place to actually like put a face to the name or to the account that you're working with, or even
Or to start a relationship.
Start a relationship. And I'll give you guys this one little tip that really like made a huge difference for me last year. I skipped one class because it's three classes a day, right? Or three classes a day. I skipped a class, I think both days, and I stayed in the conference area while everyone, 90% of the people were, they went to their room, they went to classes, whatever. That convention center was just the brands and like a handful of people. And that was some of the best conversations I had during the day, especially with the brand ambassadors, or not the ambassadors, the brand representatives there. It was great. It was really nice to meet them. There's still relationships that I continue to have to this day. And if you're looking to talk to them one-on-one without kind of jumping over people in some of these bigger accounts that are hovering around because they have relationships there already, go when there's a class. Obviously, you don't want to skip out on classes if they're really good. But if you find that there isn't really one that you definitely want to see around a time slot, that's a good time to hang out there. Get to know those people. Also at the bar is like the best class. Right, Dan?
Absolutely. That's where, quite frankly, that's the only reason I go. I do go to some of the classes, but I get more out of going to the bar and all the camaraderie you have at the bar with all the other people that you interact with already online, and you get to meet them face to face and talk to them like real people, because we are, shocker, everybody's a real person, for the most part. And just, actually, breaking bread or having a drink with somebody and just talking about, all the things that we all do and that we kind of have in common. Yeah. It's one of the best experiences.
And everyone's just so willing to share and psych up other people. Like it's just everyone's shouting positive encouragement at each other. Like, yeah, like focus on plans or try this or do this or this worked for me. You should give it a shot. And like everyone's just trying to help each other out. I didn't feel at any point like someone was like gatekeeping or gaslighting or any of the other terms, but like everyone was very supportive and very encouraging. I remember Wednesday night, I was so hyped already before the convention even started from the hangouts at the bar. It was so much fun. And we're all like sitting there ordering food at the bar. And like, I'm sitting next to accounts that I've been following for years. And we're just all hanging out like we've known each other. Like we're all old war buddies. It's awesome.
Yeah. Going back to the bar, they do tend to kick us out after like midnight or something like that. However, last year, the people who put on Workbench Con, Kristen and her team, they did decide to do like an after hours event there. Like you could stay in the conference center and like do all that.
Continue
that
to
bar.
mingle.
Yeah, continue the mingling and all the other things. So, man, we were in the total boat tent until 3-4 in the morning. I think 2 days in a row.
I think one night I got out of there. I left the tent inside of the tent at like 3, and I made it 15 feet in front of the tent, and I stood there for another hour talking to people. I think I went to sleep right before you guys that first night. It was so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. Yeah. My feet are angry with me at the end of the day, but I will do it every night. It's fun.
Another highlight, me and Dan driving Malecki insane one night. That was super fun.
I don't know if I remember that.
We basically made him feel bad, and he was asking like about not coming on a pod, even though we never actually officially asked him. So we just kept giving him a hard time, and he was eventually like, guys, yeah, come on, of course. We're just busting his chops all night. You don't remember that, Dan. It was a good time.
I don't.
You won.
Oh, cool.
But any other highlights aside the aquarium?
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, it's just kind of networking. It's honestly like in-person social networking. That's what's neat about it. What's so funny about it is that you're going there to learn how to handle social networking, and it's just in-person social networking, which I guess is just networking. I don't know, but you end up making these relationships that become very helpful. And I think a lot of friendships are made there, not to be cheesy, but I think a lot of friendships are made there. I think you kind of solidify some relationships you've had online. And yeah, I mean, that's where this was born. Experience. Yeah. Yep.
Maker,
I mean,
not Maker. I
well,
was
you
gonna say
guys,
Maker Camp 2020, Workbench Con 2020 is where AWP was born.
Yeah, it's solid. I mean, it's a great experience. It's a lot though. You're not going to sleep. You're not
Yeah.
going to, well, I mean, it's just, and you know,
it's a lot.
the
It's a lot of
airport kind of
hours.
sucks.
The FOMO is serious. Like you don't want to miss out. You're gonna want to stay out as late as possible, and just you want to talk to everyone because everyone's just so.
But
like,
also, it is great, but just keep in mind it's a ton of money. Like you're spending a lot. The tickets are pricey. The hotel room is pricey. The flight, if you have to fly, is pricey. I mean, it's all these expenses. So back to the conversation of who's it not for. I mean, if you're kind of doing this real casually and having like fun, if you have the money to burn, then by all means burn. I mean, it's your money, you do whatever you want with it. But if like budget is a consideration and you're kind of doing this casually, I would take a look at your money because it is an investment. I mean, you got to look at it as an investment essentially. So
I mean,
it could also be a business
going to make
expense.
sense for your thing.
Yeah, I think
Right, but that's still cost money.
everything considered.
So,
it's
like if you
gonna
don't have
be
the money,
about-
you don't have the money.
Yeah, it's going to be about $2,000 total for the weekend. When
That's it.
you
Yeah,
include
something
the
like
price of the ticket, the flight, the hotels, your food,
Yeah.
obviously.
Food, I feel
Yeah.
like food's
I
even
think-
more than that.
Workbench Con actually does pay for lunch 2 days.
Yes.
Do they just do lunch or is it breakfast and lunch?
I think it's breakfast and lunch. But it's
I don't
fairly
think I've
late,
ever
right?
No,
woken
there's no-
up early enough for breakfast, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, we always went to that garbage like buffet thing. There's like a hair in your sausage.
Oh,
or
I
whatever.
am not going to that.
Oh,
Last
yeah, the
year,
hotel
it was like
buffet.
$20 something for a breakfast, and it was just not worth it.
I'll just go get coffee from some. I'll just lift to go get
Yeah.
coffee somewhere else like I did last. That was way better.
Much better. And there is a bunch of places around there. You'll end up meeting up with some people and kind of make connections over the weekend, and you'll
A
end
lot of
up
times
kind of
we-
pairing up, going places.
We go out to dinner with a group of people and we all go somewhere and kind of go out to dinner and have a smaller group and then come back to the conference where everybody else is
Exactly.
at. That's fun too.
Sweet.
This is for all of those of you that are going, that haven't gone before, that you're really like looking to learn from this thing. Fair warning, leave your schedule for the next week wide open. Don't take on any jobs. Don't have a backlog of projects because you're going to come back so motivated. You're going to want to do everything. You're going to want to hit the ground running, and you're really going to be motivated. You don't want to lose that momentum. That's really good stuff. I came back to like being slammed with projects, and it took me like a month to try to like get to the stuff that I wanted to do after Workbench Con. So give yourself some time to really process it when you get back and just hit the ground running, because you are going to be so motivated. Like hanging out with
And
these
also-
people is amazing.
But like if you get that motivation and you don't do anything with it, it's a waste. So you need
yeah.
to go do this thing, and you need to like. It means nothing if you take the experience and do nothing with it. It's a waste of money. You're just going to go, which is fine if you have the money to do that. You do whatever you want. It's your money, but just go. If you're gonna go and you're like looking for a way to get motivated to do things, like do them, like actually do them.
Yeah.
Like grab this opportunity by the horns and I don't know, something bull.
I think you can
cojones.
easily justify the cost with the value you can get out of it if you do it right. If you actually take everything to heart, you listen to people, you take their advice, you get inspired, because you can't buy inspiration, but you have to go somewhere to get it. And this stuff like this, it really does help out. It's really good. And even the classes, even the okay ones that I went to, still learned a lot and got to talk to some people about the class that were also in it, that now I have something in common. We talked about the class. We discussed some of like the Katz Moses class last year was great. I love Jimmy's it was more of like a presentation on how he was building a barn. Gave me a lot of ideas on what I would want to do when I want to build my shop. So it's really, really, really cool. And it's such a level playing field because you're hanging out with people that a lot of us, let's be real, idolize. Like these are our heroes that we like grew up watching. Some are just friends that we've never met. And it's just so awesome to meet all of them in person and hang out and have a drink together. Or an
It's a
RC
great
Cola.
experience.
Or an RC Cola. I like that.
Or an RC Cola, yeah, or Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Fizzy.
If you are thinking about going to Workbench Con and you want to support the show, use code AWP. You get $50 off. We get $50 back. It helps us out. It helps you out. We'd love it if you did that. So that would be great. That's kind of our Workbench Con spiel. for
Spiel.
this episode. We'll be talking about it more and more as we go over the next few weeks. I mean, it's going to just come up more and more and more. The hype is going to.
Why
don't
you guys call in with questions about it? Because now we're getting really close to it. Well, we'd love to answer questions about it and get a little deeper on some topics if you guys want.
Get them in here. In the meantime, let's hit this button.
What's on my bench?
Dan, I'd love to hear what's going on your bench, buddy. What you got going on?
I delivered the cherry bed, and I don't know if you guys know about this, but let me get you on to something here. Have you guys heard of Pirate Ship?
Get out of here.
It's fantastic. I shipped this entire bed for just a little bit over $200. That was 3 large boxes. One box was
boxing.
That's
the plural of boxes.
Plural of boxes.
Boxing? Okay.
Boxing.
Yeah. I shipped 3 large boxing.
Actually, I think it's beaks.
Stop.
It's a murder.
One box was one box was 90 inches long, 12 by 12, and it was like $65. The next box was 60. Well, anyways, there was 3 of them. All together, it was like $213.
Luna just cranked one out. It smells like a dead possum in here.
Is that why you're shaking your head?
Yeah,
I'm just disappointed in Dan's
so sorry, Dan.
prices.
No, I'm really excited about Dan. This smells like someone lit a bag of hair on fire and threw it on a turd, and that started on fire. It's so bad in here right now.
So the bed is done. That's nice. I didn't take any like final pictures because I've already made one of those.
You got a final build video though. That's fire. Dan, talk about the newest video you dropped.
So I had to ship this thing to North Carolina from Nebraska, and it's going to an older gentleman, and it's very clear to me that he needs a lot of instruction. So I made an instructional video on how to put this bed together. It's pretty simple. There's only 5 bolts, but I made him a very clear and precise, although a little long video on how to put the bed together, and these 2 yahoos convinced me to put it on YouTube. So I dropped a new YouTube video. It's
great.
It's a really, really terrible video, but
it's a long short.
It's vertical. It's a seriously long short. It's I think 9 minutes and some change.
It's a Netflix series of shorts.
It'll probably end up being like one of my best performing videos ever. If
that'd be so baller. I would love if that video just like took off and that's your like baseline.
My $1 million video.
Yeah.
And then Etsy orders are keeping me busy. I can never.
How busy, Dan?
Real busy. I currently have like 70 orders.
Raise your prices. Raise them.
I raised the roof though.
Now, if your prices were on a roof, Dan.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Everyone have a
be on fire.
That's just for us. No, keep going, Dan.
I'm also going to start working on some speculative pieces. Like I think Mike is going to talk about that too. I just ordered some coffee table legs off Amazon. They actually look really nice. Oh, also, I did take another commission. I took a farm table commission, so I'll be building that pretty soon.
You're gonna grow a beard next? You're gonna do everything I'm doing? Good Lord. I'm just joking.
There's certain things he just simply cannot do. Let's be real. He's been growing that since we've started this podcast.
Yeah, look at this beard. It's a nice beard.
You look like a suspect on NCIS or something.
Last seen podcasting on YouTube.
Anyway, I'm excited to build the farmhouse table.
That's gonna be fun, dude. Farmhouse tables are really fun. I would never put one in my home, but they're so fun to make. I love making them. I don't know.
My base is gonna look a little different than yours. You have the traditional farmhouse base. My client has a very specific look that they want, and I'm gonna be using reclaimed wood from their barn or something. So hopefully that wood is good to use. I don't even know what
you don't know the wood
species it is. I don't know anything about it. So that should be interesting. All along for more.
Tune in next
Petey,
week. Hey,
what are you doing?
That's me. Well, over here in PDUSA land, I was trying to figure out how to do a delayed bleep. So I'm wrapping up those ice climbing tools. I'm mostly done. I got pretty much almost all of them sanded. I just need to do some final sanding and lasering, and they are ready to get delivered. I've kind of been out of the shop for half the days this week just because I was so tired of it last week, and work's been keeping me super busy. Sorry, something just disconnected on my computer. We're good. Okay, cool. So work's been keeping me super busy. I was in a city on Monday, and that always just throws off my sleep schedule and everything because I have to get up at like 4:30 and I'm going till late at night. So aside from that, I've been focusing a lot on content. I've actually started like tracking where I'm posting everything. So I'm focusing on Instagram and Facebook. And what is disconnect? Sorry, something just keeps disconnecting over here. Been focusing on content because I had
Pete, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah. I've had 2 videos popping off.
Pete, your audio cut out.
I could see the thing.
Oh,
Had them lit up. Nice
Dan,
try.
can you hear Pete?
I can't.
So I've been like focusing on content because I just hit 70K on Instagram, so that's pretty great.
Woo!
And for the first time after doing
Blew right
awesome,
by
dude.
69.
yeah, I flew right by 69. So hit 70K. I'm actually for the first time like making money with social media. And it's very exciting because it's been so long, so many years of doing this. And, I've gotten some tools, gotten some little paid things here or there. Now I feel like I'm actually making some okay money off of Instagram, although that wave will probably die out. But I had a
85
video-
billion.
Yeah. Oh, and then, yeah, me and Dan, the Facebook is glitching right now. So it's showing that I made $85 billion this week or this month. And Dan made like 93 billion. So,
Sorry.
we're buying Lambos for all of our
Crazy.
patrons.
You guys are crushing it.
Dan, Mike,
Can I have a sandwich?
how much did you make?
I told you, PB&J.
Was it $3?
I'm
Mike?
at $3, guys.
Oh, $3. Yeah, Mike made $3.
No big deal.
It's so
No big
funny.
deal. No big deal.
But anyways,
Mine is
like
glitched too in the other direction.
it took it out of your account for everyone else.
Yeah, they
Um,
negative me
But
$72 billion.
it's so exciting to finally see after all this time and all this hard work, like there is some potential there because obviously this isn't going to be every month, but it will slowly continue to trickle in. So that's something I'm excited about. Aside from that, I am I got a couple little commissions, some laser projects, and like a toy chest and stuff that I have to make for someone, and that's about it. So I have some speculative builds too, except I actually have clients for them. So yeah, it's different. Anyways,
Is
Mike,
that really
what
a
about you?
speculative build?
It's a commission then, I guess.
Yeah.
Mike, what's up with you?
We're doing a farmhouse table. I'm trying to remember the other things Dan's doing. I have a ton of bow tie orders.
You just trying to do everything I am?
Copy, Dan.
You gonna shave off your beard?
Yeah, there we go.
You
Shave the
gonna
beard?
braid your butt hair?
It's like what Mike trimmed off, you got on your face.
Awkward confessions. You're gonna shave off all your beard hair and then jam it in between your butt cheeks like I do? Huh? No, we got this farmhouse table we're working on right now. It is, I mean, the base design is like a traditional farmhouse look, but it is completely my design. I mean, I designed it all and drew it all up. So this is like the 4th time I've built this. So it's a fun build. I actually really like building this table, and I really like doing breadboard ends, and it's just fun. We got it down to a science.
Each time you build it,
And
it becomes more
it's just
yours.
cool.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's my design. It's my design. It's gonna be like part of the line when we start releasing all the line, like the line of furniture stuff. So that was good. We're also doing this giant white oak countertop. It's 123 inches long and 50 inches wide, almost 2 inches thick. It's massive. It's gonna weigh a lot of pounds. So there's that, and then my customer who we do the grounding boxes for, he ordered 20 boxes. So we're doing 10 big ones, 10 small ones. So we got those going right now, and we'll be starting those kind of next week, milling up the wood for that. I got to go.
I didn't realize there's 2 sizes.
That's new. We're
Oh.
releasing a second size now, and we're actually working on a third size. I actually finished the design. I'm making 2 of those, a third size, which is a very large custom. They're actually very large. So, but it's going to be instead of the current large grounding boxes. Yeah, it's going to weigh probably 170 pounds. The current large ones it's crazy. The current large ones do a left and right. The new ones are lower profile, but they're wider and deeper. but they only do one channel per. So they're actually meant to be like the base. You put one on the left, one on the right, and they're actually meant to be a stand for really nice receivers, like $1+ million receivers, like very expensive audio.
Well, I
equipment.
can buy
So
a couple
you
million
can
of
buy
those with
a
my
couple
money.
of them. Yeah, you can buy a bunch of those now with your Facebook, with your Zuck bucks.
Zuck bucks.
Well, we have a new contender
so-
for show title. Okay.
That'll trend.
Yeah, that's gonna trend us. We'll get the SEO off.
For once, our SEO is okay.
Yeah, for reals. So I've got this family. I was talking about this in the pre-show. I've been working with this family for a long time. We're finally making progress here. They had a tree. Their property was part of the big fire out here in California, the Paradise Fire, and they have a tree on their property that has been on the property forever. They've had the property in their family for a long time. The tree needed to come down because of the fire, and I coordinated having it slabbed. I'm in the middle of coordinating it having kilned. And then after it's kilned and dried, we're going to be turning it into like 20 pieces of furniture. We're building them a bunch of stuff. So I'm very excited to get this project going because this is going to be really cool. So Monday, I'm going to go pick up all that wood, going to go take it down to the kiln and get that going. And then also I did a proposal for the company. Well, I've mentioned them a lot. It's called Urban Wood Rescue. They're owned by the Sacramento Tree Foundation. I did a proposal for Coffee Custom Builds to do all their slab flattening, and they actually just accepted my proposal like 2 hours ago. So Coffee Custom Builds is going to be doing all their slab flattening. So we're going to be doing on the CNC. Initially, when I put that proposal together, it was going to be on the slab flattener, which I decided to forego because I was so busy with the orders we had. But I actually didn't really talk about this on the show. One of my large contracts, the projections were slashed greatly, and it's put me in a position. Actually, maybe I did talk about this. I did talk about this.
You did last
put me in
week,
the position where I kind of had to cut back hours for one of my guys to the point where he's barely working here. Now with this thing, I can actually bring him back probably to what he was working before, which is very exciting. So
Cool.
he can run that
That's
whole
good.
project, and I'm really excited to have him back with that. So, but honestly, these things in business, when they happen, sometimes I learned from my dad when I was working at the family business, like sometimes these things that on the surface immediately seem like a huge gut punch and a huge bummer, they end up becoming like this blessing almost. And you don't really realize it at the time until like sometimes a few weeks, a few months, and sometimes a couple years later. But like that project that got slashed, it was the shelf project. I'll just be very, very clear about that. I didn't like that job. It was good revenue, but like it wasn't enjoyable work. It was very repetitive. It was very, very mass production feeling. And it wasn't really what we do here. It was really more to bring in revenue to, quite honestly, afford Matt on payroll. That was the main reason for that. Well, the company's gotten so busy now that I don't really need that job to afford Matt for payroll. So Justin was brought on. And then that got slashed and it kind of messed with Justin. But now I'm able to take on these other projects that I probably would have had to say no to that are actually more in line with what we do here. So it's actually working out really well. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's kind of a nice pivot, and it worked out in my favor. So I'm able to like strengthen some of my ties with some of my existing relationships. Not that relationship is suffering where that customer is. I still have work with that customer. But I can strengthen my relationships with my other vendors or my other partners, and it works out really well. So just kind of keep those things in mind. Like when there's like what appears to be a setback, sometimes they turn into something better. So those things are things you need to keep in mind on the business end of
When
things.
one door closes,
right.
4 more close.
And then 3 of those break and they need new doors, and then they hire you.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, it just, sometimes these things just go different ways. They're not
It's like a revolving door. It comes around.
Right. I don't know what Pete's trying to get at, but it sounds really, really
I don't know.
Erotic. So
that's your thing, revolving doors.
Revolving doors is my thing. No. So anyway, that's really exciting. Also, I went and picked up a whole truck or a whole trailer load of English elm from from Urban Wood Rescue. I'm building a dining table for my dining room. I'm gonna be milling up. I'm gonna be cutting all this elm, down to dimensional lumber, and it's going to be a mid-century modern table. And I'm going to be doing, I've been working on these chairs. We're kind of almost done with the first batch of chairs tomorrow. I'm going to go work on those tonight. I'm very excited about these chairs, guys. Like, I'm really excited about these chairs. I think these things are going to be a really big thing for my business, and I'm really excited about them. So I've got a bunch of vendor partners that are excited about it. So
you can batch them out now, right? They're mostly CNC.
They're
all CNC.
They're not all CNC, but it's mostly. Yeah, it's going to be, I designed them around production. Well, and comfort. They're very easy to mass produce for us.
And so panty raider for the assembly.
Yeah, the panty raider is the they're all 1.5" mortise and tenon. Like, they're deep mortise and tenon. Like, those tenons go deep into the meat of the wood. It's
talk dirty to me.
Deep into meat. Show title.
Alrighty. No. So and then when I was picking up all that elm, I got this piece of wood that's 16 inches thick, 5.5 feet wide, and 6.5 feet long. And I was there with Peter, my cinematographer. And he kind of was like, "You got to get that thing, dude. You got to get that thing. We could make a sick video out of it." And like, I got it. So basically, I don't typically do actually, I never do speculative builds ever, because I'm always scared of them. And I don't ever want to like build anything without having a customer for it if it's not for myself. But we're going to build this thing and turn it into a video and then try to sell it. Basically, it's pretty cool. Like, I'm really excited about it. It's a cool looking piece of wood, and I think it's going to be a really fun challenge. It's going to be things I've never built. I mean, the thing probably weighs 700 pounds, maybe minimum. It's
hairpin
real
legs.
heavy. Yeah, I'm going to do hairpin legs. It doesn't even need legs. That's what's cool. It's already flat. They like hit it on the bandsaw mill, so it's got a flat on the bottom. Then they flipped it to cut it. So it's actually got flat already. So it's got, and it's at coffee table height. So it technically doesn't need legs, but I was thinking about bringing it in a little bit more and making, just the little brass cutting board. No, I was thinking about making it a little thinner and then doing like a mid-century modern, like, cradle set of legs underneath, like almost like a cradle, and then like turned legs coming off of that.
Legs would like snap underneath.
Yeah, they're just like, you could hear the metal buckling
through
like,
the floor. It's completely ripped through. That thing's got to be heavy. It's gonna be so
crazy.
heavy.
It's got to be 700 pounds. But anyways, what else? Oh, there's some other stuff, but I'm talking way too long. Let's jump into questions. What?
I forgot something.
What?
Oh,
I'm really excited about this, and I completely forgot to mention this. And it's because you talked about the lumberyard. I scored an awesome deal on plywood on 1/8" Baltic birch. I have not been able to get this material.
That's some
for the
thick
laser
paper.
Yeah, thick paper, basically. It's for laser projects. I was down to one sheet after the holidays. I have not been able to source it anywhere. And the prices that they're quoting me at other places were around $53 a sheet for a 5x5. I called up the most expensive, most, well-stocked lumberyard in the area. And the guy's like, yeah, we have it. I think we have like 35 sheets. Nobody buys this stuff. Like, nobody wants it. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, how much is it? And he's like, it's 23 a sheet. I'm like, we're talking about Baltic birch, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, it's like A side. He's like, well, it's A and B. Like, it's got the patches on the back. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna put the order over the phone. I'm driving over there. So I drive over there. First guy tells me that I talked to is like, oh yeah, we don't have that. We haven't had that in months. I'm like, you gotta be effing kidding me. I started going off, not going off, but I was like, all right, I need to talk to whoever I talk to. We get in the office.
I want to speak to your manager.
It was like the youngest guy there, this guy Michael, and he goes, oh yeah, we have it. He's like telling the guy, like, yeah, we have it. Walks outside and points like straight up at the rack, because it's all the way up on top of the highest rack, because apparently they legitimately don't sell a lot of the stuff. And he's like, yeah, that's the stuff. Brings it down. It's exactly what I need. It's perfect condition. And he's like, do you want all of it? Because I was gonna get like 10 or 15 sheets. I'm like, if you knock a few more bucks off this, I'll buy all of them right now. So they gave me another discount on top of that. So I bought all 35 sheets, and dang it, it feels like this is literally the last Baltic birch in like all of New Jersey, because I've been trying to source it from multiple places.
All of the eastern seaboard.
Like, I got this laser and I can't cut any Baltic birch stuff because my only other option was to start going to online retailers, and those are expensive. So
how did you get it home?
My trailer. So I had to.
Your Subaru pulled that?
Yeah, it pulls that trailer.
It's 1/8" ply, Dan? You didn't hear.
It's 1/8" ply. It is actually so heavy. Those 35 sheets really added up. but it's a 4.5 foot wide trailer, so I had to like angle it in there. Luckily, I had
It's
some
the
jacks.
equivalent to about 5.5 sheets of 3/4 inch ply.
Which is pretty heavy. If you're trying to carry
you're a
all them all
child,
at
yeah,
once.
for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm a child. Have you seen my hands? But I was super stoked about that. Sorry, I just needed to share that deal because that was like a smoking deal. And with the 35 sheets, I feel like, I'm stocked for the year. Hopefully I'm only stocked for the next 4 months, and hopefully I'm going to sell a lot of this. I was just like so bummed that I got this big laser and I couldn't get this material.
That's awesome.
And then, today I did something fun. I got to hang out with Keith Johnson, help him with assembly on his most recent project. So that was pretty fun. I was his shop boy. It was great. He treated me great. It was super fun. Anyways, that's it. That's my what's on the bench.
Great.
Dan,
Anything else before I jump in? Dan already went.
I don't have anything to
Let's get into questions.
Yes.
I am not a lawyer.
Like this one.
What's up, guys? It's Daniel with Taylor Custom Crafted. And everybody's got drinks with DD, coffee with coffee. But again, nobody's
what's up
ever
with that?
pooping with Pete.
Shame.
It sounds like I'm in a bathroom because I am. Anyways, really don't have a question this week. Just on my mind, sitting here thinking. Just want to say I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your all's schedule, bringing us a podcast, answering questions, some repetitive, some good. Just want to say thanks. See you next week.
I'll take this
Thank
one.
you,
call in.
Daniel.
God.
In,
No, I'm just
in the
kidding. Thanks for
words of my
calling.
favorite character from The Wire, shit. Is the guy that nobody gets it? If you listen
All
to
right,
The Wire
Jake
or watch
Miller.
The Wire, come on, it's a good show.
Dan, delete out everything Pete said. Thanks.
I will.
Jake
I will.
Miller.
What's up, guys? It's Jake from a sweet shop, and I was going to call in with a question about intellectual property. So, we all know there's a bunch of people out there that have plans or CNC files or whatever up on their Etsy or on their website that'll specifically say, you can buy these plans and make this item for yourself, but you are not allowed to resell it. So, first part is, realistically speaking, what type of recourse do you actually have to go after that person if somebody uses your files to sell a product, whether it's online or locally or whatever? The second thing is, and it's kind of along the same lines, is let's say you make let's just say you make a table design and a large company, furniture making company, takes that design that you've made and starts producing it and making it and selling it. What type of recourse do you actually have without spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees to try to go after that company? Just be interested to see what you guys have to say, and kind of go from there. So thanks, guys.
Dan.
First of all, let me say, we anal. We are not lawyers.
We ain't no lawyers.
Yeah. Man, I think Mike is really upset. I think you almost answered your own question. I mean,
this episode is in dumps.
Dumps like a
aside from like actually hiring a lawyer and spending a bunch of money, I just really don't I don't see what other recourse you have other than like trying to call them out on social media and starting like a cancel brigade. But does that really work? I don't know. Look, if I've seen people take designs that I've come up with and stuff and try to remake them, and it's annoying. What are you going to do? It happens. Now, if a big company did that to me and they took one of my original designs and they started mass
Didn't
producing
someone
it,
in the community like buy my Capex file and is selling the inserts? Like, I didn't say they can't do that. I mean, you're using my file for your Capex.
Yeah,
inserts,
with your
but we
permission.
discussed it
Yeah.
with my permission. But I believe, didn't we have someone like buy, like a listener buy my file and then now they're selling the inserts, which I didn't say they can't. But they didn't
Probably.
like even discuss it. like discuss it at all. It wasn't like a conversation. It's like, but I mean, I don't really have any right to it, I guess. I mean, I don't have any right to it, and I didn't claim that I did. I mean, it's just whatever.
I'm looking at this a different way. Like, say the farmhouse table you make is all your own design. Well, if somebody takes that design and they start mass producing it,
well, I'm screwed.
That's the way
I can't
I'm
do
looking
anything
at
about it. No, that's
unless you
what it is.
unless you
100%.
hire
like,
a lawyer. That there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Definitely get my lawyer to at least send a letter. You know, my lawyer would send a cease and desist.
I mean, if it was a large company reproducing,
you're screwed. Yes. They're just gonna own. They're gonna take everything you own away from you. Like, they're gonna sue you into oblivion. You're just gonna lose.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot you can do other than like calling them out on social media. Pete, you want to add anything to this?
Well, I agree with what they said, ditto. But what I would say is, take a deep breath, brush it off. Maybe reach out to them if you want to say like, hey, I noticed you're selling the same thing, or you're selling one of my things for a profit. Although I didn't specifically say that. I kind of wish you didn't. You know, see how they handle it, because they might just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was like a thing. I'll take it down. It might be as easy as that. But don't get upset about it, because there's literally nothing you can do unless it's like I said, unless it's copyrighted or you have a patent or something. There's just literally nothing you can do. And you just got to brush it off. There's plenty of people that sell basically clones of what I make all over Etsy, and a lot of my ideas are not original. I just designed them myself, but they're just not original ideas. And the thing is, in the file buying and like digital marketplace, most sites and Etsy and all that stuff, you're buying files, and essentially with the understanding that this can be resold. This is now your file. You can do whatever you want with it. Even if somebody specifically lists on there not for commercial use, there's really nothing they can do to protect themselves from that. And it's kind of up to you how you want to handle it. But in most cases, when somebody's buying a file, especially from a lot of these sites like Design Bundles or whatever, like, you have a commercial license. Essentially, they actually specify you have a commercial license, but it's also one of those things where they can't enforce it one way or the other, but they specify, yes, you can, so you don't have to freak out about it, you know, and feel bad. So nothing you can do. Take a deep breath, have a drink, and then just move on to the next question.
Yep. Malcolm is in the middle of these two questions.
Hey guys, so last week I caught the AWP Live pre-show, and Dan, really? You're still making Malcolm in the Middle jokes?
I will never stop.
Okay, I guess this is just where I live now. Hey guys, it's Malcolm in the Middle of Dan's mom at Bossa Nova Woodworks, and this week's question is about shipping fragile items. There are a couple of things that I make that people want me to ship to them, but they're put together with brass rods, 1/4-inch walnut dowels, what have you, that are usually friction fit into pre-drilled holes. Ideally, I'd like to ship it together as one piece, but that's going to require extra packaging, and I'm worried about how much that's going to affect the actual item. I could also send it in a way that could be assembled by the end user, but I don't really trust that. I would worry that they would break the item. So if you've got experience with this, please let me know. Thanks. Oh, and I'm sorry I keep going oh and at the end of all of my questions. I'm going to try not to do that again. Later.
Dan.
Man, you got to pick one route to go. I mean, you don't have many other options. Either you have to send it assembled and package the crap out of it to make sure that it arrives safely, or you package it in such a way where the end user is going to put it together. I mean, I really don't see any other options. So you got to pick something. If you're gonna ship it already fully assembled, yeah, you're gonna want to make sure that it's packaged very, very well, because you have to understand that these shipping companies, UPS, FedEx, USPS, they don't know what's in the package, and quite frankly, they probably don't care, and they're treating your box and your package as such. Pete, you ship a lot of things.
Yeah, one thing I would say is get a standardized box for whatever that item is, something that fits really well, and you're able to pad it consistently over and over again. So if you're shipping something that looks the same, let's say it's a lamp, right? Get a box that fits, that you're able to pad very well around it, and actually cut some cardboard up so that you can kind of like open it up with the item in it, and like kind of like, don't know
You
how
want to
like, think
restrict
of,
the movement.
restrict the movement, exactly. So you're not packing it up full of peanuts or whatever. That's another thing you could do. Just pack it full of peanuts, really stabilize it. And shrink
Legumes.
wrap, legumes. Shrink wrap is your friend. I use the little handheld shrink wrap things on everything. If somebody buys like a bundle of like 10 tool holders, even, I'm just bundling them together so that you're not having to like pick them out of the foam. You could just take that out. Highly recommend that. And then the fitted boxes are going to be huge for you. I wouldn't recommend assembly by customer because I just feel like that's not going to be as good
Unless
as
there's no way around it, like when you ship a bed.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're going to need some assembly. Then you could do a video like Dan did.
Go check it out. It's my
You wanna
latest banger.
Like, think of some items that you've gotten and you've opened up a box and you were like, how the F was this in one piece when it arrived at my house? Also, I got this tip. I saw this tip on TikTok. Guy ships paint, custom paint. He used to put fragile on all the boxes. And apparently the universal rule is if it says fragile, treat it like crap by, the shipping company. Cause I would do the same thing. Let's be real. What he started writing on all the boxes, we're actually putting a sticker on there. It says paint. And then with the fragile sticker. Now, even when he doesn't ship paint, when he ships other items, he still keeps paint on there because no UPS, USPS, FedEx worker wants to clean up paint in their truck. So they're going to handle that thing with a little more care. Just saying.
Boxes of farts.
Or
just put that on there.
May contain
Turds.
paint or, whatever.
Loose bowels.
It's a weird thing, but you know what? I can see that
Loose
working.
Loose stool.
Tighten up those joints on the loose stool. All right.
I have nothing to add.
That's it.
Howard, this next question, I don't know. I don't ship stuff like that. I just don't know. I've never. I'm about to be shipping stuff like that.
That one time you shipped your pants.
So we're gonna be. The chairs are gonna be shippable. They're designed to be.
Are you gonna make an awkward
customer.
vertical video on how to assemble them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk. So I sold you a chair on accident.
Michael,
on purpose.
From Coffee Custom Builds.
This is our chair assortment of chairs. Your butt looks tired.
Completely out of frame.
I know where you could put your butt. No,
if you need more info, watch the video below, and it's like professionally shot by Peter.
Yeah, Peter. No, we're gonna do. The chairs will fit in a 20 by 20 by 20 box. That's partially how they were designed. So they'll fit right in there. I had a custom bracket fabricated so that the part that holds the backrest comes right off. It'll go fit in the box underneath the body, and the customer can just get it and thread it, insert it together. So it's going to be very easy. But I haven't experienced that yet. I know that I'm going to be putting loose stool on the box for sure. Write that on there. Not going to put it on there. That'd be gross.
Just with a crayon.
Don't want to drop that
brown
box.
crayon.
And spell loose wrong. Spell lose.
Yeah. Loose stool. No, speaking of loose stool.
I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my
Voicemail.
so call me.
The French.
Hey guys,
So good, dude.
it's Thomas here. I usually ask questions about woodworking, but today I think listeners and I would love to learn a bit more about you. My question is the following. If you had to choose only one movie you can watch ever, which one would it be? Mine would be the Arrival. Peter, I need your help.
Arrival.
All right, bye.
Did he ask us what movie? If we could only watch one movie,
Yeah.
what would it be? Dan, go.
And you can't say Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Why not?
No
Why
one
is that
would.
off the list?
You know why. Ever since the incident.
Honest answer here. I might get a little hate, a little flack for this. Robin Hood,
Leaving
Prince
Las
of
Vegas.
Thieves. With Kevin Costner.
God, of course. Did you Google what movie would I answer if I wanted to create controversy on my podcast? Is that literally what
No.
you Googled?
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It really
I
is,
thought you were going to say
literally.
Robin Hood Man in Tights, which
Men in
would have
Tights.
been an
Men in Tights
acceptable.
is amazing.
No.
It's tight.
No. Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner and his
Okay.
Hey, Blinken.
ludicrously,
Abe Lincoln is here.
Hey, blink.
non-English accent.
Achoo, bless you. No, that's my name.
No, that's my name. I love
Give
that
me
movie
your
so much. It's so
absolutely
good.
real answer, Mike.
I don't know, man.
I should have thought about this.
Yeah, I didn't think about this at all, to be honest. I mean,
You can also say Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's fine.
Robin Hood. No, I mean, it's probably like.
It's going to be a Will Ferrell movie. No?
It's no, it's not. It's probably Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars has a special spot in my heart because I watched it when I was a kid. You know, what I mean, it has kind of a special spot. I mean, if I had to choose like a comedy, it's going to be The Other Guys. I just love that movie so much. It's so good. Aim for the bushes, Pete.
I'm not gonna lie. That's up on my list too. The Other Guys is
so good.
I just cannot.
And Legally Blonde.
I mean, it's not a bad movie.
What?
Yeah. Hey, Elle
Weird
Woods
way to
got
quit the
into
podcast.
whatever Harvard with a video. That could happen. Honestly, I don't have an answer for you. It would probably be some kind of like sci-fi movie, and I feel like I'm not a movie guy. I'm more of like a series guy. I don't know. I'm gonna change it up completely. Season 1 of Futurama. There we go. A whole box set. Cheating here.
Wow, what a cop out.
Yeah, no, I can't do a movie. No,
All right,
I don't have like a favorite movie that I can't like.
I'm
live
basically
without.
watching The Office over and over and over again. So
Yes, there you
I
go.
could say that.
A flash drive full of The Office,
Yeah, there we go. And Robin Hood.
but
Prince
it's
of Thieves.
only the British ones.
Hello, I am Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves. No,
I legitimately love that movie.
Of course you do. Oh well, that's it for questions.
What?
This is yeah. We're
Wow.
coming into the wire, guys.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, Brayton wrote in a question. He said he was too lazy to.
He did.
Yeah, he texted it to me. So
Go. Make it quick.
yeah.
Go. Go.
Hold on. You guys are gonna love this. If y'all could only build one type of project piece of furniture for the rest of your life, what would it be? Didn't we answer something like that before?
Every single episode of the podcast, we answer that
Yeah,
question. I feel
we've
like.
answered it.
Yeah. Mine would be survey
ties.
sticks and bow ties.
Yeah, it's like, cutting boards because you can just
I
crank
remember
those
you
out,
being
you
like
just-
on
you
a
just make
watch
money.
list during that time. You had to call that 811 number and whatever it was, not 811.
I don't want to
The
do
one
it
where you're
anymore.
like trying to off yourself.
1-800 IANAL.
I know.
We anal.
Legal advice.
What project would you do, Pete? 3D printing?
Cutting boards because it's just money. It's
Are they?
it was a woodworking thing because they're easy. You can slap them together, glue them up, throw them through the planer, and honestly,
I
some of
would
the cutting
probably
boards
kill
that I
myself.
see that people do. But if you had to build a farmhouse table every week for the rest of your life,
It wouldn't be tables. I mean, that'd be
Oh,
way
it's-
more fun than
so-
cutting boards.
I should just ask you what your thing is, Mike. What's your
Chairs. I just really love
Oh,
making chairs. They're so fun.
Maloof rockers.
I love making chairs. Chairs are so fun. They're just so enjoyable. It's like my thing right now. I'm just all in on chairs. I just love them. They're so fun. There's so many like
Yeah.
different parts and things. I just love them. They're so great.
Coasters.
This is coasters.
Yeah. But
Wow.
highly jointed coasters with like breadboard ends.
Breadboard and
Chaos coasters.
chaos coasters.
Daniel
like-
Dunlap's chaos coasters.
And then you cut the edges around and like you cut into a domino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so chaotic.
Exposed dominoes. That's a look.
So
that's
much
That's a
chaos.
vibe, as the kids say.
Just
Nice.
glue dominoes together, side to side, and then make that into an ingrained
Say
board, and then
less.
fill it with epoxy.
No. Okay, hear me out here, guys. We're
No,
brainstorming.
I don't want to. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stand the dominoes up, put
That's what
it
I'm
in a
saying.
mold, fill it
Yeah.
with epoxy,
Fill with epoxy.
cutting board. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I think there's probably
Yeah.
5 accounts I can think of that would probably do that right now.
yeah. There's some probably doing it right
Make
now in a
it
bikini.
6.
Yeah, make it Daniel Dunlap's domino cutting board.
Oh, this
And then
was a
for
fun
handles,
episode.
I
What?
want you to use lamellos.
you know what? Like the Climax for no reason. It's like,
You know what?
Um,
I used the lamello today, or like the attachment things. They're
While you
they're
were being
freaking
Keith's
cool.
Cabana boy.
They're cool. I was hating on it. I think that's super neat now.
well, that's weird that you'd hate on something you never used. Huh.
No,
join us.
I just
Anyway,
kind of was like, that's weird. I don't feel like I would ever use it. And then I was like, oh, I get it now. This is cool.
yeah, it's great. That's
Yeah.
why they make those
Oh, yeah,
tools.
you have one,
because
right?
They're great. Yeah, I have one. It's great. It's really great. It's a great tool.
Nito
for
burrito.
building. It is
Definitely.
Nito. That's the best way. You should tell Keith to start selling it that way.
Yeah.
Tell everyone. Tell him it's Nito burrito. That'll
Keith, you want to
move
double
some
your
units.
sales? just Nito burrito that. Oh, wait, Mike, before we finish the episode, someone also texted me a question.
Oh,
Because that's how we take questions now. What's your favorite wood? This Nick Brim.
okay, right here, right now. This is not how we take questions. Do not text me a question. It's not. It's not going to happen anymore.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone.
Goodbye to episode 45.
That is actually going to be the end of the episode because now we're getting texting questions. This is
That's the
preposterous.
worst.
No, if you want to have some Nito burrito sounds in your ears, listen to us next week. That'd be really great. I don't know. We're trying to work it in. No,
if you want to buy extra burritos,
oh,
use
I did
code
want to say one
AWP.
thing.
Yeah.
I need to plug something. I'm releasing a new YouTube video on Sunday, the same day this podcast goes live. So if you're listening this far into the podcast, I screwed up. I should have mentioned it earlier on. I'm trying to plug my podcast or my YouTube video. I meant to plug it and I screwed up. I got a YouTube video. I built a laptop stand using all table saw joinery. It was actually really cool. Like it was a really fun build. Originally, I was going to do it with dominoes and stuff, but we did just all table saw joinery. I did all table saw joinery. It's all half laps. And
I got an idea. Hear me
minor
out.
splines. What?
Take dominoes, stand them up, pour epoxy over them, then
Cut them into a laptop stand.
cut them into a laptop stand with your table
On the
saw.
CNC. Piss off everyone on the
that would
internet.
just pissed everybody off.
For my seats on my new chairs, I'm gonna do like a domino blank and then cut the seats out, the seat profile out of it. That'd be so bad. That would piss so many people. And then but domino everything together. No, use the lamello for everything.
No, pocket screws.
Your pocket screw.
Oh my God.
I love it. I actually would love to do an April Fool's video like that, where it's just like preposterous. That would actually be super fun.
All right, you heard it here first.
Delete
folks.
all this part out, so no, everyone thinks I came up with it on my own.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks. No. Big thanks to
Make
everyone who
tens of
supports the
dollars.
show. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. Big thanks to everyone who supports the show. You guys are amazing. Thank you for continuing to do that. We will be back next week, and yeah, check us all out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Maybe not
Twitter
Dan
and
and Pete. They're
Pinterest.
making billions of dollars over there. I'm moving to Mastodon. I'm done with Elon Musk, so I'm going over to Mastodon. So,
What is
that's the new
Mastodon?
social media platform. It's
Oh,
just a
I'll tell you
Twitter
when you're older.
competitor.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know.
I'm
if
going
it
to
is.
continue not being on
I'm
Twitter
gonna-
or
I'm gonna-
Mastodon.
Listen, all you need to know is that you need to be real.
Stop.
Okay. I'm just checking if my 85 million was still there.
What's up, guys? It's Dan.
I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna do this one.
Hey,
Um.
oh, it's the whole thing.
Oh, it started playing the whole thing. It shouldn't do that.
No,
Oh, that
I
was
just
the...
want the hay.
Yeah.
I'm like a horse. I
There it
just
is.
want the
That's
hay.
right. No. This episode will be out on Sunday, but you already listened to it, so I don't know why I said that. That was really stupid. I'm just trying to fill time now. No. Check us out next week. We'll be here. We may or may not have a guest. Who knows? We'll talk about something. It'll be silly. It'll be goofy. Who knows what's going on?
We'll have a 50% $50 off of WorkbenchCon ticket promo next week.
Yeah.
So check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. If next week, if you listen, you'll get it's the same one as this week, but it will be next week as well.
It will
So
be
check
next
it
week as well.
out.
But it'll be next week at that point.
Yep.
All
It's
right.
gonna be great.
Yep.
Also,
Dan,
remember, I'm gonna say this at the end of every episode now. Remember, we are anal. We aren't anals.
All right,
We-
guys.
for
Thanks for
watching.
listening to the episode.
Spay
You
and
guys-
neuter your
We'll
pets.
talk to you guys soon. Yep. All right. Bye now. See you
Anal.
next
Bye, bye,
week.
bye.